Lelang din parang mahina yung boses.
Okay, so by the way, good afternoon once again. So human resource,
Now dahil nagka-problem.
uh, the people sourcing, no? So people sourcing is concerned with ensuring that the company receive and retain the people it needs and employs them productively. So it is directly linked to staff development policy and practice as well as performance management. It also refers to the components of employment practice that deal with retaining new employees and if there is no other option, releasing them. No. Instead of waiting for qualified people to apply on their own, sourcing is talent acquisition. Activity that entails proactively locating, contracting, and engaging qualified candidates for a business. Although some firms use dedicated sourcers who focus solely on this work, general recruiters may undertake sourcing as one of their responsibility. So many people believe that the fundamental purpose of sourcing is to get qualified applicants, particularly passive candidates, into the employment funnel. No? So to achieve this purpose, a recruiter can use a range of sourcing methods such as phone calls, emails, and social networking. So talent acquisition professionals are increasingly adopting Boolean search technique on search engines or on going through LinkedIn profiles to locate possible employees, and sourcing is becoming a digital activity right now. It's possible that a firm won't use sourcing for every job opportunity. If, for example, a single post consistently receives a large number of eligible applicants, there may be no need to seek for a specific candidate. If a position is highly specialized, it requires a unique skill set, no? Or would draw an excessive number of unqualified applications. An organization may choose to source some of or all of its candidates. So in this lesson, no, it focuses on the people resourcing strategy, which is taking action to guarantee that the business receives, retains, and effectively employs the people in need. It is strongly linked to the organizational learning and development strategy, which outlines how it will ensure that it has the competent and knowledgeable staff it requires, as well as full of talented people to prepare for management succession. So the management significant resources and competencies for a company are those that are long-lasting, difficult to recognize and comprehend, imperfect and transferable, difficult to replicate, and that the company owns and controls. And these are the company's crown jewels, no? And they must be safeguarded. They also play a critical part of the company's competitive strategy because the goal of the strategy formulation is to create a strategy that maximizes the use of these basic resources and competencies. And okay, before we get into the people sourcing discussion, let us all welcome our presenter for today.
Problem siya. So,
Naririnig po ba?
proceed.
Yes.
About people resourcing, and under of it is people resourcing strategy. This topic deals with the people resourcing strategy, which is concerned with taking steps to ensure that the organization obtains and keep the people it needs and employ them efficiently. It is closely associated with learning and development strategy, which set out how the organization ensures that it has the skilled and knowledgeable workforce it is need and that a pool of talented people is created who will provide the management for succession. So, ayan. Ang people resourcing strategy, isang step ng isang organization na para ma-obtain yung mga tao ng isang organization. Na just in case na magkaroon ng problema is meron tayong makapag-provide agad tayo or makapag-employ agad tayo efficiency. And of course, kailangan din na ang makuha nating tao or mga employee is knowledgeable and not only the experience, it is also the behavioral and kailangan is skilled and talented. Bakit? Kasi kasi sila yung magiging way para maging successful yung isang management or yung isang organization. Okay. Next is the strategic human resources management approach to resourcing. Strategic HRM emphasizes the importance of human resources in achieving organizational capability and therefore the need to find people whose attitude and behavior are likely to be congruent with the management belief, to be appropriate and conducive to success. Dito, ine-emphasize ni HRM ang importansya or importance ni human resource sa isang organization, sa isang company. Kasi sila yung pumipili ng tao or ng pinaka-right people para mailagay sa isang company or organization na dapat na yung behavior nila, yung attitude nila, yung belief nila is congruent sa ating management. Hindi pwedeng na ang magkokontrahan ang employee and the management. Okay? So next is the integrating business and resourcing strategy. The integration of business and resourcing strategies is based on an understanding of direction in which organization is going and resulting human resources need in terms of the number of the people required to meet business needs. Next is the skill and the behavior required to support the achievement of business strategies. Third is the impact of organizational restructuring. And last is the plan for changing the culture of the organization. Okay. And next is the component of employee resourcing strategy. So ito yung mga component ng employee resourcing strategy. Human resource planning, creating an employer brand, retention strategy, absence management strategy, flexibility strategy, talent management strategy, recruitment, and selection strategy. So, later on, madidiscuss ko or ng mga kasama ko yung iba't ibang components ng strategy. So, kung hindi ko man siya ma-discuss, for sure, it's yung mga susunod na reporter. Okay? So, ayan. So, proceed tayo sa bundling and resourcing strategy. Okay? So, ang resourcing strategy should include the bundling of different aspects of resourcing together so they can be mutually supportive. So, dito, people resourcing is not about recruitment and selection. It is concerned also with the means of available to meet the needs of the firm for certain skills and behavior. Kasi hindi pwedeng puro recruitment and selection. So, kailangan natin may iba't ibang strategy or may iba't ibang activities na kailangan para ang employee or tao na makuha natin is the pinaka-best and pinaka-best sa lahat. And hindi kasi, for example, kunyari, I'm the manager of ng isang kumpanya, hindi pwedeng, okay, kukunin ko na lang si Juan dahil kilala ko siya, nakagraduate siya, without entering the process, the strategy, without entering any process, kukunin mo siya. So, hindi magiging effective yung yung ganong gagawin na parang, okay, pipiliin ko siya kasi kilala ko siya, hindi pwedeng ganon. So, kailangan kailangan ng bundling resources ng strategy and activities para mapili natin or masala natin mabuti na yung makukuha natin, yun na talaga ang pinaka fit sa organization or isang hiring ng isang company. Okay. Next is the human resources planning. Human resources planning or HRP is the continuous process of a systematic planning ahead to achieve the optimum use of an organization most valuable asset, quality employees. Human resources planning ensure that the best fit between the employee and jobs while avoiding the manpower shortage. So, ayan, ito ay human resource planning. Isa sa continuous process siya. Kasi syempre, sabi nga dito, human resources ensure the best fit para maiwasan natin yung mga shortage ng tao natin. At para syempre magtuloy-tuloy yung workflow sa isang kumpanya. Kaya tinatawag siyang HRP because this is the continuous process of a systematic planning. Hindi pwedeng ngayon lang yan. So, kailangan tuloy-tuloy siya kasi para ma-avoid natin yung mga manpower shortage or surpluses. Okay. What is the importance of HRP? One is the smooth and efficient working of an organization by fulfilling its needs for a quality workforce, filling the quality and talent gaps in the workforce, meet the need of expansion and diversification, solve the challenge of changing technology, facilitate the departmental adjustment through timely transfer and promotions, anticipate the human resource cost to facilitate the budgeting process, and lastly, meet shortfall of increased employee mobility and retain talented employee. What is the objective of human resource planning? So, ayan. One is the optimal utilization of human resource. Number 2 is meet the personal requirements, of course. Number 3, place the right person in the right job. And number 4, prevent the disruption of work and enable smooth running of organization by timely ability of the right people. Number 5, control the labor cost by maintaining a proper balance between demand and supply of human resources. Number 6, training and management development. Number 7, motivate employees through suitable approaches. And lastly is the perform the succession planning to ensure senior position do not remain vacant for long when executives retire or quit. Okay. Dito naman tayo sa HRP or process ng human resource. Okay. Number 1 is analysis of organizational objective, plan, design, and structure to anticipate the human requirements. Of course, kailangan si HR is ma-analyze niya kung ano yung mga, i-analyze na muna yung mga job, kung ano yung mga open na job, kung ano yung mga kakailanganin, ano yung mga kulang, para malaman ni human resource kung ano yung mga hahanapin niyang tao. Okay? Or ano yung mga kakailanganin niya, yung mga requirements na kailangan. And number 2 is the forecasting requirements, of course, para ma-ready na at kailangan na natin i-prepare yung mga requirements na kakailanganin. And number 3, examine, evaluate, and assess the current human resource inventory. Siyempre, kailangan mo munang i-check yung ating current human inventory para malaman mo kung asan yung kulang, anong department yung wala, ano yung mga kailangan or mga dapat i-fill. Okay. And number 4, identifying the manpower gaps between the demand and supply. Of course, alamin mo yung demand and supply ng manpower. Kasi ito sa number 5, formulating the action to bridge manpower gap. So, kailangan mong gumawa ng action. Kasi aalamin mo kung, kunyari for like example, mag-expand, meron akong isang pabrika or patahian at mag-expand ka. Alamin mo kung ilan yung kailangan pag nag-expand ka. So, alamin mo yung supply and demand at para kasi dito iiwasan kasi natin yung magkaroon ng manpower shortage and magkaroon ng problem. So, kasi para kung sakaling mayroong mang kulang, may malalaman mo kaagad at masosolusyonan mo, hindi na magkaka-problem. And number 6, implementing action plan and regular monitoring and review them. Okay. And next is people resourcing practice. People resourcing is largely about recruitment and selection, talent and career management, introducing people to the organization and release them. Yun naman talaga ang gagawin ni people resourcing. More on recruitment, selection, talent. So, kailangan hindi lang basta recruit, kailangan may talent ka. Kailangan meron kang skill. Kailangan, tapos ikaw din, as a people resource, ikaw din ang mismong mag-i-introduce sa company. Syempre, represent mo sila and i-employ mo sila. So, katulad nung sinabi ko kanina, yung mga components, or ito yung other resourcing activities pa. Okay? These are the 6 resourcing activities which are dealt with in this topic. Namely, developing an employee value proposition, creating an employer brand, analyzing employee turnover, tackling retention problem, absence or attendance management, and achieving flexibility in the use of people. Okay. So, pasok tayo sa people resourcing. Wait lang. Heading. Okay. And next is employer brand. Pag sinabing employer brand, this developing the organizational employee value proposition. Pag sinabi mong employer brand, dito pumapasok yung the word na reputation. Yung reputasyon ng isang company. Siyempre, kailangan all company naman is lahat ng company, organization is may reputasyong inaalagaan yan. Diba? So, dito, kailangan yung makuha mong tao is syempre hindi rin makakasira ng reputation ng isang company or ng kumpanya mo, di ba? Kasi parang ano lang yan parang for example lang, sa isang bahay, sa isang bahay or family, si parents ang employer at ang anak is the employee. Siyempre, once na ako nagmura or nakipag-away sa labas ng bahay at nakita ng ibang tao, ang instinct ng mga taong makakarinig, makakakita, is ganyan ka ba pinalaki ng parents mo, ganyan ka ba pinalaki ng magulang mo, ganyan. So, ang nangyayari kasi, siyempre, as a company, magiging reflection ni employee yung employer or yung organization. So, kung ikaw, bastos ka or hindi ka mabuting tao, palamura ka, so magiging reflection siya ng company, di ba? So kaya nga ina-analyze talagang mabuti yung mga tao na papasok sa isang company. Meron pang tinatawag na parang mga behavioral exam pag nag-a-apply ka, may mga assessment pa. So, para hindi nila makuhang tao is hindi nila makuha yung mga makakasira sa reputasyon ng kanilang brand or ng kanilang company or ng kanilang organization. Okay? Next is the employee turnover. So, ayan. Ang employee turnover, this is also called as labor waste what you call this, labor turnover or attrition. So dito, ang employee turnover is a measurement of how many employees leaving a company. Okay? When employee leave a company, has to replace the new employees. So, ayan. Meron tayong computation for the employee turnover. Meron tayong tinatawag na employee turnover index. So, may papanood ako na video kung paano siya i-compute and kung paano natin makukuha yung rate ng employee turnover. And sasabay ko na din yung stability index kasi magkasunod lang yung video na yon. Ang stability index naman is provide an indication of attendance for a longer service employee to remain with the company. So, mamaya sa video is papakita ko siya kung paano siya kino-compute, okay? And, eto, ipi-play ko siya, then, magkasunod lang yun. Bali, ang nauna is yung employee turnover index, and the next is stability index. Okay. Okay, one of the methods of calculating employee turnover is employee turnover. This is one of the most important human resources metric. The definition of it is percentage of workforce leaving in a given period. So, dito malalaman mo or dito i-compute natin yung mga percentage ng mga umalis sa ating company or organization. Pwede natin siyang i-calculate monthly, quarterly, or annual. Okay. Here's the formula. Turnover rate equals number of employees leaving over the average of the employee multiplied by 100. Okay. So I have example here. Yeah. So ang example natin is annual turnover rate. For example, meron tayong 24 people left during the year. So, yun ang ilalagay natin dito sa taas. 24. Okay. Dito sa employees leaving. And, para makuha natin yung average ng employee, is kailangan ipag-add natin yung employee from start to end and divided by 2. So, sabi dito sa example natin is the people on January is 110 person or 110 people. So, 110 plus 104 and nag-end naman ng December 31 is merong 104 people. Okay. So, ipag-a-add natin silang dalawa. And divided by 2. Okay. 110 plus 104 divided by 2. So, ang average natin ay 107. So, 107 ang ating average. Okay. So, gagawin natin is 24 Ito yung people left during the year divided by the 107. Okay, divided by the average of the employee, 107. Okay, divide natin. 24 divided by 107 is equal to 0.22 and multiply natin siya sa 100. Okay, times 100. So, ang ating annual turnover rate is 22.4. Okay. 100 is equal to 22.4. Yeah. So, ang ating annual turnover rate is 22.4. So, ganun mag-compute ng employee turnover rate. Okay, next naman na method is the stability index. And the formula is number of 1 year in service or more divided by number of employee 1 year ago multiply by 100. Okay, the index provide an indication of the tendency for longer service employee to remain with the company and therefore show the degree to which where there is a continuity of employment. For example, 50 people 50 people 1 year in service. Okay, 50 and 100 divided by 100 people employed 1 year ago divided by 100. Okay, let's calculate natin. 50 divided by 100, 0.5. Okay, equal to 0.5 times 100. Times 100. So, ang ating stability index ay 50. Okay, ito yung ating SI. So, ayan, doon na-discuss natin yung dalawang formula or dalawang method para makuha yung employee turnover. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na survival rate and meron tayong tinatawag na survival rate and HAP index and levers length of service analysis. Okay. So, dadaling ko kayo ron. So, ayan, yung sa survival rate. The survival rate is the proportion of employees who are engaged within a certain period who remain the organization after so many months or years of service. Thus, an analysis of cohort or of training who have completed their training might show that after 2 years, 10 of original trainee will still with the company and the survival rate is 50%. These are the example. So, ito yung pumasok sa ating entry cohort is the A, B, C, and the original number is sa letter A is 40. Ito yung tinatawag na survival rate natin. Ito yung number of surviving to the end of the year after engagement. Sa year 1, meron tayong 35. Year 2, nabawasan ulit, naging 28. And the year 3 is naging 26. Year 4, naging 22. And year 5, naging 20. So, at yung survival rate is 50% kasi kalahati yung nawala from the original number. Okay? And next is the lever's length of analysis. Lever's length of service analysis. This is the disadvantage of the instability index may be partly overcome if an analysis is also made of the average length of service of people who live. As in table, the analysis is fairly crude because it deals only it deals only with those who live. A more refined analysis will compare for each service category number living with the number employee. Okay. Ito yung example ng lever's length of service analysis. Occupation, letter A. Ito yung less than 3 months, 5. Less than 3 to 6 months, naging 4 na lang yung natira. 6 months and 1 year is 300. And 1 year to 2 years is 3 no, I'm sorry, not 300, is 3. And 3 to 5 years is 2. And 5 or more years is 3. Total number of living is 20. And the average number employed is 22. And the index of employee turnover rate is 9. So, ayan. Yung total number of living is ito, pinag-add natin. Then, yung kanina, gagamitan nyo lang siya ng formula para makuha yung average number employed and the index employed turnover rate. So, ayan. So, ayan. Yun yung about sa employee turnover. Okay, next naman natin is yung retention planning. Retention planning, dito pumapasok yung mga yung employee na gusto natin mag-retain sa ating company or sa ating organization. So, for example, magpapatayo ka ng bahay sa isang construction site. Kukuha ka ng tao na sabihin natin mga 50 person na kailangan tapusin nila yung and ang contract and kailangan matapos nila yung bahay na yun from the start to the end. So, anong gagawin? Anong strategy yung gagawin mo para ma-retain mo yung mga people na hindi umalis sa'yo? Diba? So, marami kang strategy na pwede mong gawin. Pwede ka mag-create ng contract or ng policy about sa pag-alis ng isang empleyado. So, pero, aside from it, kailangan din na in your part, gawin mo yung, gumawa ka rin ng way para hindi rin umalis yung tao sa'yo. Alamin mo rin kung bakit, alamin mo rin yung mga dapat hindi mong gawin para hindi umalis yung mga employee mo. Okay? For example, minsan ang mga nagiging reason bakit umaalis yung mga tao. Minsan meron silang tinatawag na age. Di ba minsan nag-aano rin tayo sa age. Siyempre pag kung ayaw mo na, kung ang gusto mo is mas mahahaba yung service sa'yo ng isang tao, ang piliin mo yung medyo bata-bata pa. Hindi ka kukuha ng mga medyo, unless kung talagang doon na siya tumanda sa work na yun ha. Pero kung for me lang, kung kukuha ko siguro mga 30 below, kasi para mas mahaba pa yung service niya, hindi pa gano'n karami yung mga masakit sa mga parte ng katawan niya, gano'n. Tapos, sinasabi, may mga iba nagsasabi na, may ibang mga nagsasabi na mas maganda raw mag-hire ng lalaki kaysa sa babae kasi ang babae daw is medyo maraming mga reason na puwedeng mas magkasakit sila. Kasi siyempre meron silang monthly period or monthly mga hormonal imbalance. So, meron din mga nagsasabi na dapat mostly na i-hire is more on lalaki. Pero, siyempre, dapat equal. Girls and boys are deserve na mag-work, siyempre. And siyempre, dapat sumusunod din tayo sa standard para hindi tayo alisan ng mga employee natin. Huwag naman natin sila i-overwork tas without pay, diba? So, ayan. Magawa sa retention planning, more on retaining people under your organization. Okay? And next is absent management. So, syempre sa absent management, kailangan makontrol mo yung pag-absent ng mga tao. So, hindi dapat hindi pwede kang gumawa ng parang three absence, then after ng tatlong absent, mas meron for termination na yon, pwede kang gumawa ng ganong rules. Or sa absence management din, pwedeng umabsent. Pero kailangan merong valid reason or syempre di ba yung ibang company pag uma-absent ka, like ang idadahilan mo is may sakit ka, hinahanapan ka ng medical certificate. This is also part of the plan. Okay? This is also part of the plan or the strategy ng human resource or ng people resource. And so ayan, meron ding iba't ibang mga situation or factor bakit uma-absent yung mga tao dahil syempre minsan sa job scope nila, uh, having a task na repeatedly, minsan nagiging cause din ng absenteeism. Syempre yung stress, kung ang work mo is nakaka-stress, pwede ka rin maging rin siya ng pag-absent mo, management style, physical working condition, work group size, yun. Marami din factor or job situation factor bakit nagkakaroon din ng bakit maraming dadahilan na uma-absent. So, sa personal factor naman may tinatawag na employee values. For some worker, doing less work, the same reward improve the deal made with the employer. The following positive outcome of absence has been shown people by research to be particularly important to employees. So, ayan, dito, yun nga pag sa employee values, diba, minsan may tinatawag tayo na pag complete attendance, may additional pay. So, it will help also para maiwasan yung mga absence ng ating mga empleyado. Gawa tayo ng mga gano'n. Parang incentive. Pag nakakompleto ka ng 7 days, 40 days, 31 days, ganyan. Meron sila matatanggap. And next is the age. Siyempre, sabi ko kanina, the younger is the frequently absent than the older ones, of course. Pero hindi lahat meron mga older na sobrang dedicated sa trabaho nila. At mas dedicated pa sila sa mga younger. Okay, next is the sex. At tulad din sabi ko kanina, women are more prone to sickness absence than men. Ewan ko, pero mas pala absent daw ang women. I don't sure about it. Pero, meaning ko parehas lang yan. Kung gusto mo umabsent na absent ka talaga. And the next is meron talagang mga taong sa personality na nila yung umabsent. So, ayun. dito naman sa meron naman tayong tinatawag na yung katulad na sinabi ko kanina, attendance factor. Yun, meron naman din ginagawang ang company na para ma-prevent yung mga absences, yung katulad ng nagbibigay sila ng reward, sa mga nakakompleto. Yun. So, okay, next natin is the flexibility planning. So, from the word flexibility, ito ay yung parang pagiging multitasking natin. Siyempre, ikaw as employee or HRM, dapat matrain mo yung sa flexibility planning involves taking a radical look at traditional employment pattern. This means considering the scope for more flexible work based on multitasking, developing a flexible firm by identifying and employing core and peripheral employees, include the use of subcontract and outsourcing, and introducing more flexible working arrangement, including job sharing, home working and teleworking, flexible hour and overtime, and shift working. The aim of flexible planning is to provide for the greater operational flexibility, improve the utilization of employees, skills and capability, increase productivity, and reduce the employment cost. Of course, pag ang na-employed mo na pag ang iyong employee is, of course, pag ang na-employed mo is multitasking, ang laki na masa-save ng isang company or organization sa employment cost. Kasi for example, meron akong maliit na business na ng damitan. So, syempre kung nag-i-start ka pa lang, ang kukunin mo is yung marunong na sa lahat. Para just in case, pwede siya na rin sa cut, sa pattern, sa sew. So, ayun. Pero kung malaking company, maganda pa, kahit sa mga big company, kung big company or organization, maganda pa rin na magkaroon ng flexibility planning. Kasi, just in case, nakulangin ng tao sa ating, kunyari, sa pattern department, kunyari, clothing, pabrika tayo ng mga damit. Kunyari, kinulang ng tao sa cutting department or sa cutting, o yun. Pwede mo agad kunin yung sobrang tao mo rito sa patahian, dalhin mo sa pattern, kasi alam niya rin. So, parang, alam mo, mas mabilis mafe-field at maliles pa yung problem or aberya or delay ng mga delivering ng mga product natin. Kasi, yung tao mo is flexible. Siyempre, yung tao mo or yung employee mo is multitasking siya. So, marami siyang alam. Hindi lang basta pananahi. Marunong na rin siya mag-pattern, marunong na rin siya mag-cut, marunong na siya mag-design. So, yun. Malaki lang din yung advantage. Siyempre, yun, less employment cost. Siyempre, lahat naman ng company or organization gusto rin makasave or makareduce sa mga expenses.
Tapos na po yung kay Ma'am Jessa.
So, ayun lang, and thank you and stay safe. This is
Hello po.
Hello po.
Tapos na po si Ma'am Jessa.